In a season that was supposed to be transitional, Fairfield Ludlowe girls basketball ended up one win away from the FCAC playoffs. They needed just one win in 2 games, and they would have shocked the state. It was a win they never got. The Lady Falcons couldn't get it done, and an unlikely and certainly unexpected season ended with a thud. But the team immediately went to work, and they turned the little engine that could into a fire-breathing locomotive, built to power its way to an FCAC championship. A team of youngsters came of age in 2017, but now they will be expected to be even better. The next step will be the ultimate step. Third-year head coach Sarah Kinsley will lead all inspiring additions to the gritty team of last season. Unlike last year, the Falcons will not be the Hunters. Now, every team will be ready and waiting. And in 2018, there will be no excuses. This year, there will be expectations. No more happy to be there. Now, they're expected to be there. Pressure, of course, but that's part of the Falcon DNA. Expect it, embrace it, and go on the ride of your life. The trip starts today. Buckle up. It all begins next on FSA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we'd ask you to please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Live from Fairfield Ludlowe High School, it is varsity girls basketball on the Falcons Sports Network. And good evening, everybody, for the first time in 2018. And on our video broadcast side, we welcome you in as we welcome you, the Norwalk Bears, to Fairfield Ludlowe High School. They will take on the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. Alongside Scott Torello, I'm Aiden Blank, and Coach, well, we bring in this team that's certainly got considerably younger since we last saw them on this court last February.
Yeah, you're right, Aiden. They graduated 4 seniors last year. 2 of them with their backcourt. So it's going to be very important that the young sophomore guards can replace that senior leadership they had last year.
We're going to tip things off right now. It's Naiva Rene, the Norwalk volleyball star. She'll tip things off with Paige O'Connell, also playing soccer. It's off to the far side. Looked like it may have gone out of bounds, but immediately it's kicked, and a 3 from Ashley Wilson. Coach, we were talking about her earlier in the game, and, well, Ashley's certainly someone to watch for. One of the top 25 players to watch, according to Game Time Connecticut.
Yeah, she's a very talented player. Ludlowe's going to have to try and stay in this early, Aiden. If they can handle the early onslaught, I think they could hang with these guys today.
This is Anna Pullman on the near side, inside to Paige O'Connell. She's rejected at the rim, but immediately Ludlow's going to get it back. Pullman up again. This time no good at the rim, rejected by the hoop, and here come the Bears on the other end. Swing it down low. A little bit of an errant pass, but they swing it back up top. Carson Langhorne, the honorable mention from last season, all FCAC that was.
Yeah, she's a good shooter. They're going to have to play her tight today.
Cara Murray getting her first touches of the night, and now it's swung back to Langhorne on the near side. The junior takes it. Swing to Murray. Murray, the sophomore, will swing it back up top. This is Naiva Rene. Now a swing near far side at a three again. This time it's Ashley Wilson. She's got 6 through the first few seconds of this game. That's not a good sign.
It's not, but if she's going to make those all game, they're going to have to live with those. Those are 2 tough shots, very deep. Sometimes you got to tip your hat.
There's Emma Torello pulling up and got it. Ludlowe with 2 early. And now it's 6-2 Norwalk as they bring things up once more. Inside they move it. Shot no good, but they'll get the rebound.
This is where they're going to struggle on the boards, Aiden.
And a team that's, again, significantly outsized by anybody in the FCAC against one of the bigger groups. And Ludlow's going to get the ball right now underneath their own hoop.
Yeah, boxing out is going to be the single most important thing they do all year.
Paige O'Connell to inbound, had a tough time. This is Paulman, Bridget Paulman that is. She'll get a touch. She will drive. Ludlowe with numbers. Paulman will dish it to her sister, and it is no good. Anna Paulman unable to get it to go, but O'Connell on the defensive end getting it. And here's Butcher top of the key. Now they move to Paulman, top of the key, near side. This is the other Paulman. She'll shoot. This one is off and tipped out by Norwalk. Tried to throw it back in, and Ludlow's going to retain possession.
Yeah, Ludlow's scrappy, Aiden. Again, early, they have to stay into this game. If they stay in early, I really think they can compete with these guys. Looks like Anna has a bloody nose. She took a good shot right there.
Anna Pullman taking a shot. She comes out. In comes Trish Carey. That's the feed down low, and Carey can't handle. Now on the other end, here come the Bears, and that one's stolen away by Torello. Torello dish. This is O'Connell. O'Connell looking for a pass inside. She was doubled, gets Torello, and she is fouled on the way up. Emma Torello will go to the line and shoot. So with about 5.5 minutes to go in this opening period, Ludlowe will shoot. Torello looking for her 3rd and possibly 4th points of this game as a timeout is going to be called. And Coach, your first impression so far?
Well, as expected, Norwalk is extremely talented. I actually think they're the best team in the league. They have a lot of good athletes. Listen, if Wilson's going to hit some deep threes all day, Ludlow's not going to win the game. But I don't expect that to continue, Aiden. If those are the kind of shots that she's going to hit, they're going to have to live with it. I think this is right where they want to be early in this game.
So the Falcons trailing 6-2 in the early going. 5:29 to play in the opening quarter. And it's Norwalk by 4. We didn't get a chance to give you your starting lineups for Ludlowe. It is Butcher, Torello, Anna Pullman, her sister Bridget, and Paige O'Connell. Anna, we know, checked out of the game. And for Norwalk, it is Ashley Wilson, along with Carson Langhorne, Jakari Murray, and Naiva Rene. We know 2 of the Bears are injured, though they are Jessica Parker and Grace Potocny. But they certainly will be able to make up for the slack, especially with Ashley Wilson. She was an all-stater, first-team all-FCAC last season, runs track and field in the spring. She kind of does it all, one of those athletes that really just does do it all here at Norwalk. Now wiping off what was the blood from Anna Pullman. Norwalk coming off back-to-back 16-4 seasons. They were 13-3 in the FCAC last year, and a team, again, that's really dominant. They have a consistent team, and Well, the one hurdle they really haven't been able to climb is winning an FCAC tournament game. Eliminated in the quarterfinals the last 2 seasons is Torello to shoot. Her first is off. But a large group of underclassmen. We know they have the seniors, but they do have 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen. 1 of 2 good for Torello from the line, and it's 6-3. They cut that lead in half. Ludlowe will come out in a semi-full court press, not as pressed as Norwalk was, and it's brought up by Langhorne. Langhorne moving near to far side.
A lot of times that teams that press don't like to be pressed, Aiden. I like the philosophy.
Here's a 3 from Wilson, tried to get her 3rd to roll, no good. Here's Paulman with numbers. She's got Butchert and said she'll take it herself. Rejected at the rim. And it's going to be an inbound from underneath the basket.
Yep, nice drive, took it strong to the hole.
Yep, Butchert to inbound. This is Bridget Paulman on the near side. She's got it. Bridget Paulman for 3. And she's doing well in the early going. She's got 3, and Ludlowe ties this game. This is a big game to start the season.
Yeah, it is. It's a good litmus test for Ludlowe. I mean, anytime you're playing the top team in the league, it gives you a good sense of where you're going to be this year.
Paulman in transition. This is Torello. May have gotten the 3 off, but no. It's rebounded underneath by Renette. She's going to get most of the rebounds from Norwalk, and she dishes. This is Wilson, who can be a killer from beyond the arc. Instead, this is Langhorne. Norwalk now missed the last 2 threes they've taken. Ludlowe again with numbers. They love to fast break. Torello not fouled underneath, but she'll get the putback from Butcher. Those are her first buckets of the night, and it's 8-6.
This is the kind of game Ludlowe wants, Aiden. Up and down. They don't have the size to match with them in the half court, so if they can get them running up and down, this is exactly what Ludlowe's looking for early on.
They'll get the basket from 3, and it's now 9-8. And Torello on the near end. She's got 4 already, including a free throw. From the line, that's going to be a foul. Paige O'Connell got fouled. Ludlowe's going to get this ball underneath, and Anna Paulman back in the game. Good to see her back in the game after exiting early. She started this game. Inbounds to her sister. Now Butcher on the near side. They swing cross court. Here's Torello. Torello inside. That's Paulman. She splits the D, but gets rejected at the rim. Goes out of play. Ludlowe's going to retain possession, though. So they've certainly been getting some friendly rolls to go, and in a game like this and against a team like this, that's really important.
Yep, good pump fake by Anna. You got to keep taking to the hole strong.
Paulman was about to fall out of bounds. Butcher stays in the half court in a tussle for it. Norwalk comes up, but Paulman takes it. Here is O'Connell. Swing to Paulman. Paulman looking. This is Torello for 3. She's got it. Emma Torello going off early. 6 on the night. And Ludlowe takes the lead by 2, their largest of the early evening.
Beautiful drive and dish by Bridget. Anytime you drive, get 2 to defend you and dish it, that's great basketball, Aiden.
There's a 3 that's off.
You notice how Norwalk is taking mostly 3s. This is exactly the kind of game plan you'd want. Again, drive and dish, very nice play.
Torello got it again. She dishes to Paulman, and Paulman is going to be fouled. So Ludlowe is certainly sticking with one of the best teams in the FCAC in the early going.
Yeah, they play so hard, Aiden. They will definitely be in every game this year based on their effort and their effort only.
Norwalk under head coach Ricky Fuller, assisted by Carrie Fitzgerald. Ludlowe under head coach Sarah Kinsley in her 3rd season. As we mentioned in that little intro package, this is O'Connell. Dish down for Paulman. Paulman looking for a cross court. Did it stay with Ludlowe? No, it did not. Norwalk is going to get the basketball on... Oh, no, Ludlowe will get the basketball. Or we'll go back to Norwalk. Looked like Ludlowe may have been able to take it, but it'll be inbounded by Belinda Hunt checking into the game.
Yeah, the injuries to Norwalk's going to hurt their depth today, especially if we can get them into some early foul trouble.
Here's Jakara Murray. Murray, the sophomore, guarded by Butcher.
Very
Two sophomores guarding
sophomore.
each other. It's a very talented matchup. There's a 2. Off. Rebound underneath. And they swing it back to Murray. Murray's got it from the free throw line. She misses. And the rebound attempt goes to Rene. They swing it around. Nice roll to the hoop for Jakara Murray. Her first points of the night. And we tie this thing at 11, so certainly interesting through the first few minutes. This is Paulman to O'Connell. The other Paulman now to Butcher, and she will reset this thing. Juliet will run most of the point guard position today. The fake from Paulman. She'll dish to Torello, who also will likely share that guard role. No good underneath, but we're going to stay with the Falcons. And an 11-11 ball game with a minute 40 to play in the opening quarter.
Yeah, very entertaining first 7 minutes of the game.
Juliet will inbound. She'll inbound right to Anna Paulman, the other sophomore. And as Coach Ricky Fuller gets a little angry on the sideline at his team's excessive fouling through the first few minutes, and here come the Bears on the other end. They'll bring it up. Murray tried to take it herself. Excuse me, that was Belinda Hunt, the 5'6" guard. Norwalk gets it from underneath their own basket. Excuse me, from underneath the Ludlowe basket.
That looked like it was off Norwalk, Aiden. We need all those calls tonight.
The 5'6" guard, Belinda Hunt. The junior, top of the key around the Falcon logo. Gets a screen. Tried to do a backdoor dish. It goes errant. This is a 3-on-2 break. Bears had the numbers, and they will, well, keep the numbers as they will get it on offense. Now here come the Falcons on offense, and they want to reset here. They do want to keep running fast break plays, although they have a great point guard in Juliet Butcher. They do want to run that fast break. That's one of the things we saw in the scrimmage. They love running fast breaks.
Second foul on number 32, Aiden. This could be a big turning point early in this game.
And without Rene, these teams are really almost even in height.
Right.
Here's Torello. Swing to Butcher, far side. Dish to Paulman, and she's called for steps. 56 seconds to play in the opening period, and Ludlowe is in a deadlock with one of the best teams in the FCX. And as we were talking about earlier, Trumbull, one of the favorites every single year. If anybody's going to beat Trumbull this year, it will likely be Norwalk. This is Anijah Morgan, the junior, swinging to Belinda Hunt. Also a junior. And they go back to Morgan, top of the key. Morgan swings it near side with Murray as the crowd begins to get into it, and a foul and one.
No, he called it off on the ground.
So they will say that it's on the ground, and the basket will not count. A would-be basket now turns into a Bears offensive possession. A blocked shot, and Norwalk is going to have to give up possession again. So Ludlow's done a great job forcing those turnovers. So O'Connell will inbound from underneath the hoop. This is Torello. She works across with 30. Torello's got room. She tried to run the whole court, lost the ball, and they'll give it to Paulman. Paulman to O'Connell, who goes inside. She's really their center on this team, and one of the tallest players they've got in a team that's not really big on size, but certainly big on skill. As to the line goes O'Connell.
You're right. What Paige lacks in height, she makes up for in athleticism.
Her shot with 21.2 is good. So Ludlowe, again, their second lead of the night. This time it's 12-11. Good sign they played them almost evenly through this first quarter. O'Connell again, this time looking to go 2 of 2. She will not. The Falcons 2 of 4 to begin this game for the free throw line, something they can't afford to do. And that pass goes errant, so with 15.7, Ludlowe could set up an offensive possession here and maybe take a 2-possession lead depending on how this drive goes by the end of the half.
Absolutely. You see what the pressure did right there, Aiden, right? Sped up Norwalk. Sometimes when you speed a team up, you get them to turn the ball over.
Torello with 8. Jumper with 7. Inside, the layup with 5. Can they stay with it? Yes, they will. Torello, Butcher at the buzzer. She's got it!
Great first quarter for Ludlowe, Aiden. Couldn't have asked for a better first quarter.
Ice in the veins of the sophomore Juliet Butcher. And it's 15-11 at the end of a quarter.
Excellent quarter for Ludlowe.
That was the kind of quarter you really need when you take on a team like Norwalk. They came out, and this is a team that really, their unity is what's going to win them these games. They are so in sync, and Torello knew exactly where Butcher was going to be at the end to shoot that ball, and she was wide open. They tried to fake them out with the layups underneath, and a couple of tries that were no good, and then they swing to Butcher. The sophomores got it. So she's now got 5, a couple of totals from that first quarter. Torello obviously going to finish with a 2, a free throw, and a 3-pointer, so she'll finish with 6, leading all the scoring tonight. And wow, what a first quarter that was.
Yeah, Ludlowe looks confident, Aiden. You know, you wouldn't have expected 3 starting sophomores for them to look this confident first game of the year, but that was a terrific first quarter. Keep in mind, it's a long game, right? And Norwalk's very talented, so they're going to have to try to maintain their composure, maintain that for 32 minutes. It's going to be a challenge for Ludlowe tonight, but that's a great start.
So to the second quarter we go, and O'Connell will inbound to the star of the end of that first quarter, Juliette Butcher. She'll take it. Just a few seconds underway in the second quarter. Aiden Blank, Scott Torello, a pleasure to have you along with us on what's been a cold Wednesday night. First pass that gets intercepted, that one off the hands of Torello, and a foul will be called on Emma Torello underneath. Ludlowe will give it up, and Ashley Wilson to inbound. Ludlowe now moving up into a little bit more of a full court press. And Anaja Morgan, the junior, takes it up. We see a lot of these names, and a lot of them look familiar from the time we saw them last season when Ludlowe and Norwalk played a very similar game. Ludlowe hung on for most of the game until Norwalk kind of out-sprinted them at the end with a lot of 3, so you've got to watch out. Norwalk may start really amping up the pressure from beyond the arc.
Yeah, early foul trouble for Norwalk, Aiden. We're already in the 1-1, 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Big advantage for Ludlowe.
Shooting is Bridget Paulman, looking for her first points of the season. Her and her sister Anna. And her free throw is good. So Ludlowe working 3 of 5 early from the free throw line. Obviously, you could have used those extra 2, but no one's complaining. A 5-point lead. Paulman, number 2, is no good.
Good rebound by Anna.
Paulman will get the rebound underneath, and they will call a turnover.
Yep, lost her footing. Good effort, though.
Norwalk's going to get it. And a near steal there by the sophomore Butcher, brought up across center court. This is Belinda Hunt, the 5'6" guard, and she dashes right to the hoop, but she'll give it away. Interesting that Renee is all the way out there on the 3-point line. Just shows you how confident Norwalk is in their ability to shoot from beyond the arc. Foul underneath is going to be called on the Falcons.
Yeah, Norwalk is not taking advantage of their size right now. You know, their style is definitely spread the court, try and drive. May make sense for them at some point to try and utilize the big girl inside.
Her shot is no good for Jakara Murray, the sophomore. Preparing to this game and talking to some of the Falcons, they really were looking for Jakar on the roster. That was when they took a look at the roster, that was the first name they looked for. So that just goes to show you how big of an impact the sophomores got. 4-point game as Butcher brings it up. Near side. And the pass to Torello, who's had a big impact early with 6 points, leading the scoring in the first quarter. Inside to Paulman. Paulman trying to do the work of a center. She'll give it to O'Connell. O'Connell the drive, no good, but trying to get her own rebound. She can't as Renee wrestles it free. And here come the Bears on the other end. Belinda Hunt. And the pass goes errant. That's the second pass we've seen that they've tried to go almost the entire court and has not really been very accurate.
No, they're speeding up Norwalk and it's playing in Ludlowe's hands right now.
Norwalk deciding to drop into a little bit of a lax full court press. It's Torello looking for a screen. It was not entirely perfect. And here's Laura Herron getting her first touches on the varsity team. And now back to Butcher on the top of the key. Working near side, right near us. And they swing across court for Herron. Here is Torello. Looked for Herron, almost threw it out of bounds, but Herron was able to get it. Off a screen, Torello kicked to Butcher near side. Off another screen, and now it's intercepted, and there is no one going to stop Anaja Morgan. All the way to the hoop. Norwalk's got 2 more, and it's now back to a 2-point game. So just as quickly as Ludlowe took that, well, relatively big lead of 5 points, Norwalk's right back in this thing. Inside, Paulman had a tough time handling it. Shoots no good. Here come the Bears on the other end. Murray leading the charge. A dish. This is Hunt. She will miss, but a rebound underneath, and Rene can't get it either. But finally, the putback, and that's something you cannot have. Multiple putbacks there as Butcher brings it up near side.
Yeah, Ludlow's going to have to pick up their pace again. You see how they've kind of stalled here a little.
Trying to stay in the near court. And that thing's going to go out of bounds, but it looks like Ludlow's going to get it. And that was probably the best outcome that could have come of that defense. You know they're trying to target Butcher after she hit that wide open three. They want to know where she is at all times. Heron underneath to Paulman. And they stepped out of bounds. So Norwalk's going to get it. They'll inbound from the near side underneath their own hoop. In a 16-16 ball game that's been very entertaining through the first quarter and almost a half. They'll bring it up with Murray, the sophomore. Dish to the corner. Here's a three from Wilson, who, after starting with back-to-back threes, has not had much of an impact as of late. Rene tried to wrestle it free, and it turned it to jump ball.
Yeah, you see how teams fall in love with that three, Aiden. She hit two early ones. Now she's been standing out there looking for the next three.
Norwalk was kind of the same way last season as they go a home run pass. That may have brought her into the backcourt, but nothing is called. And this is Murray. That is Hunt, who puts up a floater, no good. Torello kind of trapped underneath the basket. Three Bears. And she had nowhere to pass it to, and she falls down and lets it go out of bounds. So Norwalk will get a second chance at taking the lead again here. Would be their first lead of the second quarter. Near side two. Off. It was a long two. Torello can't handle it. Rejected by the rim. Underneath was Morgan, and more steps. So Norwalk certainly has had their fair share of issues.
Yeah, but they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities, Aiden. Over the course of the game, that should come back to be a big advantage for Norwalk.
O'Connell to Carey. Heron near side. In some trouble. Wants to drive baseline, but doesn't have enough room, so she goes to Carey, who kind of plays that center role also, and Torello's rejected on her way to the rim. It looks like they're going to call a foul. So they will get a second chance at scoring here. Carey underneath the hoop to inbound. And a timeout's called. 4:42 remaining in the opening quarter. And it is a 16-16 ball game. Ludlowe has 3 fouls. Norwalk's got 7. And that certainly goes to show that Norwalk really playing physical ball and having no problem with it. Fuller a little upset on the sidelines, but he certainly has to be happy that they're stopping these baskets from happening.
Absolutely. His team hasn't played great. 16 all, first game of the year. Natural for teams to be rusty at this point.
As Norwalk comes in again after back-to-back 16-4 seasons where they only lost 3 games in the FCAC. They're really looking for a breakout year this year with all the seniors that they have. Ashley Wilson, one of them. And they certainly have, again, a lot of underclassmen, but it is really dominated by upperclassmen here. They do have 2 freshmen on the team that we're certainly going to be looking for. Lamaya Ashley and Serenity Mayhew, both part of a Norwalk middle school team that won the Fairfield County Basketball League title. A lot of these girls seem to have played together in years past. Lamaya Ashley leading that middle school team in points. So it will be interesting to see if they decide to bring the freshman call-ups in. That's Carey. She's rejected underneath, but Laura Heron's right there. Torello with the fake. Now here's a long 2. She misses off the side of the rim. Rebound from Norwalk. And in double pressure, this is Anaja Morgan to bring it up across center court. Pass far side. This is Murray. Murray trying to give it away. She will. This is Hunt with a floater. No good. Rebound underneath. That is going to go to Wilson. Now here's a 3 from the far side. It's no good. They've had really big issues from beyond the arc ever since Wilson hit the first 2 of the game.
Absolutely. Falling in love with that 3, Aiden. This is playing right into Ludlow's hands right now.
Torello's going to bring it up. She looked for Butcher. Now she passes to Butcher on the near side. Swing back up. This is Heron. Gets it to Torello. Baseline drive. Baseline pass. And it wasn't handled properly by O'Connell. Carey gets a second chance. No good. And it's wrestled around for a jump ball.
Good effort by Trish.
Second jump ball we've seen. These girls are seemingly really scrappy on the court. Not wanting to give anything up. Not often you see 2 jump balls in barely a half. They go far side. This is Paulman dealing with a nosebleed that took her out early in the game. Carey with the pass and a wonderful dish to Torello.
Yeah, beautiful action right there, Aiden. High-low passing, that's beautiful basketball.
So she's got 8. And again, leads the team. As on the other end, we see another whistle. It's going to be on Trish Carey, the junior. And to the line to shoot is Jakara Murray, the sophomore. Shot last time as well. Misses her first. So Norwalk, Ludlowe has not been very consistent at the line, but Norwalk's really not been any better. Neither team has really had perfection from the line, and that's really what you need to have in a game like this. Especially as tight as it is in a 2-pointer. Second shot is good, so she goes 1 for 2. And Ludlowe will watch Butcher, who looks injured on the far side.
She might have gotten poked in the eye.
Yeah, that looks what it was. And she looks like she's back in it, so no stoppages. And they'll get a screen and go right back to Butcher. Injury clearly not affecting her as she brings it up top of the key. Near side, Torello. Lots of intensity on the court as Heron fires from 3, and she's got it. Her first shot on the varsity team, and Laura Heron's put 3 on the board. Ludlowe taking the 5-point lead. Norwalk needs an answer before the end of this half.
Another sophomore, Aiden. Girls are playing well right now.
Stolen away. Here comes Heron. Heron with a 4-on-2 break, and she's rejected at the rim going for shot number 2.
Yep, nice
They
defense.
will go to Mayhew, another one of those freshmen, misses down low. Here come the Falcons on the other end. Heron, beautiful pass for Butcher. Here is Torello. She pulls up and she misses, and the rebound tipped right into the hands of Jakara Murray. Do you slow it down here? That looks like what the Bears are going to try and do. Do you want to play fast break ball, or do you want to slow it down in this kind of situation?
Well, if you're Norwalk, you want to get organized. They've been sloppy the first quarter and a half here. This is a good set by Norwalk. Get themselves organized, get a good shot up, which they're about to do.
There's a shot, no good. Mayhew underneath got fouled. And she's going to the line to shoot, and that gives us a chance to talk about Serenity Mayhew. Again, part of the Norwalk Middle School team that won the FCBL title. Played in a local Parks and Rec League, and in Norwalk that's a little more intense than it might be here in Fairfield. She'll shoot her first. No good. Off the back of the rim. So Ludlowe getting a lot of help. Again, the Bears could very well be tied right now, but Ludlowe getting a lot of help with missed free throws. Her second shot won't touch the rim. Paulman on the rebound. Here we go. This is Torello on the fast break. She's going to the line again. This will be the 3rd time we see Emma Torello. That's the 8th foul on Norwalk. They're lucky that there's only about 2:15 left in this half.
Yeah,
they are in serious foul trouble.
Ironically, Aiden, it looks like Ludlowe is the faster team right now.
First shot from Torello, no good, and we know that was kind of the main game plan from Coach Sarah Kinsley. She wants to run them all day. It's been one of the main focuses in their first few weeks of practice and in their scrimmage. No good. Rebound pulled down by Rene, who checks back into the game for Mayhew, who gets it underneath. She's got it. So 19 for Norwalk. And on the other end, here come the Falcons. The Bears, rejected at the rim, and Butcher's got a wide open court. It's a 2-on-1. She will pass it to Paulman. It went off a Bears player's leg, And Pullman going for the jump ball underneath. That's number 3 on the day. Possession arrow changing again. Both teams come in with very young squads, and we know that they have freshmen. Neither coach afraid to take freshmen on the varsity team.
Yeah, it seems like that's the trend now, Aiden. Get your younger players, get them some experience. Keep trying to build for the future.
It's going to be brought in, and trying to go full court was Belinda Hunt, no good, but a putback is. So we have a tie game at 21 here in the second. Stolen away. Here come the Bears with a little bit of size on the other end. Murray can't get it. Rebound for Ballman. She goes near side with Heron. Heron's got some room. She's going to shoot a second 3, and she's off. 1 of 2 to begin this game, and a foul on Paige O'Connell. Looked a little intentional underneath the basket, don't you think?
Maybe she wanted to just take a deep breath, right? Slow down, get organized on defense.
And when you play fast break ball, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of timeouts and a lot of miscalculations. But that's the thing. There's a pretty big risk, but certainly a big reward. You're tied 21-21 with one of the best teams in the FCAC to begin this season. Heron's on the ground, but on the drive, it's lost. Trying to get it on the other end, but she can't. And with 59.4, it's going to be Norwalk ball. See if they try and run this clock down, although Ludlowe with their defense may not let them. That's the kind of thing you may want to run this clock down, but with the Ludlowe defensive pressure so far, you may not be able to. Here's a drive from Murray. Murray puts up a shot. No good. Here's Torello. They have a 3-on-2 break. As long as they can keep the numbers, they do, but O'Connell can't handle the pass from Heron, and at 42.9, Norwalk gets another chance to run this clock out. As they inbound to Langhorne. Langhorne across center court. Goes through everybody, splits the D, and is fouled. That's foul number 6. So we talk about those fouls, and Ludlowe has certainly tried to keep it to a minimum, but still with 7 fouls in the early going. 37.1, and Carson Langhorne will go to the line. An honorable mention, all FCAC last season. Misses her first off the side of the rim. Another chance. She's got it. So Norwalk with one of their first leads of this half. They haven't had the lead much. Future far side, Torello. And they lost it. They got to get back on defense. Butcher, the only one down there. Tried to get it at the rim, but it's a late 2. Ludlowe has a chance here with 18. Wanting to run the fast break. Paulman pulls up with a flat shot. Tipped out of bounds, and Norwalk's going to get the last touch, it looks like, of this half with 13.8. We'll see if they can run the clock down.
Yeah, big run here to end the half by Norwalk. It's a big stop right here for Ludlowe.
Ludlowe ended the first quarter with a Juliet Butcher 3. Now here's Carson Langhorne, blows right by her, no good. Ludlow's got a chance with 2 seconds. Torello's going to have to put up a prayer, and it's blocked. So at the end of a half, they've certainly played very evenly. It's 24-21 Norwalk, and coach, through that first half, what are we seeing so far that we like, and what are we seeing so far that we don't like?
Well, I'll tell you what happened with Ludlowe, Aiden. Bridget Pullman, their senior captain, second team All-League last year, picked up her second foul early in the second period. Once she went out, the game really turned around. Ludlowe started playing fast. They started playing young. They started playing inexperienced. You need that senior leadership, Aiden. She only has 2 fouls, though. Big half to go. They're only down 3 at halftime. It's exactly where Ludlowe wants to be in this game.
So we'll take a short break. We'll come back for some parting thoughts at halftime, and we'll begin half number 2. It's 24-21 Norwalk. Back in a bit here on the Falcon Sports Network.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, Hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
We farm about 3,500 acres. There's pipelines everywhere. The contractor working on my property did not have the lines located before he began work, and it resulted on a strike on a natural gas pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse. Calling 811 or visiting clickbeforeyoudig.com in the U.S. only takes minutes to do, and it can save your life.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
Anyone can fall victim to moving fraud. Know your rights and responsibilities.
There was never really a valid contract.
Movers must always give written estimates.
I was bound to an estimate, but it was after the fact.
Be sure that any document is complete before signing it, and that it includes information to determine the final charges.
It was a version that I had not seen before.
Visit protectyourmove.gov to download a free moving fraud prevention guide. Search for registered movers and view their complaint histories. Move with confidence.
Matthew.
Huh? Oh. I know that a lot of times, Mom, it might not seem like I'm listening to you, but I am. And what you say really does matter to me.
All the talks we've had over the years, including what you've told me about not using alcohol and other drugs, they stick with me, and they make a difference, especially at times that matter most.
Hey, want a drink?
No thanks, I'm good. So thank you, Dad, for preparing me for what's ahead.
Thanks, Mom, for always being my biggest fan.
Thank you for talking.
All right, crew, let's get started. Sure.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Making is, in essence, telling a story. Every time I make something, I'm telling a story. When a kid gets their hands on the world and learns that they can make their fantasy play, that they can make their reality, that's power. As far as I'm concerned, everyone should feel that kind of power. So if there's something that interests you, go figure out how to do it. Go tell your own story. There it is. I want to know why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Both my legs were amputated due to an IED. It's when you start to try to get back into like an everyday life. I absolutely felt like I lost some of my purpose. There must be something more. When DAV came into my life, they gave me a new mission. I could still be a productive member of society, could still support a family.
The DAV gave him that sense of structure and purpose again to get his life back together.
Visit DAV.org to learn more about our mission.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our nation's youth. We believe veterans earn their benefits through their service to our nation. We believe in a strong national security. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion, and we believe it makes a difference. If you believe, learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Back inside the Fairfield Ludlowe Gymnasium, where it has certainly gotten more toasty over the night. Ada Blank and Scott Torello with you. It's 24-21 Norwalk at the end of the first half. And Coach, it's the intensity is going to really amp up in this second half for both ends. They both are really going to start full court pressing that we saw in the first half. Something we didn't really talk too much about, but could really play a factor into this second half.
Absolutely, neither team has gone deep into their bench, Aiden. So it's going to come down to which team's in better shape. Norwalk has a few girls hurt. That further hurts their depth. All of those things are going to factor into this game as it plays on.
Ludlow will go with the three that started the game, with Butcher, Paulman, Torello, O'Connell, and the other Paulman as they inbound to Torello to begin this game. Belinda Hunt back out to start along with Naiva Rene. Jakara Murray. Ashley Wilson in that group as Ludlow immediately turns it over. Not a good sign as we move 10 seconds in. And it's brought up top by Norwalk.
Two fouls on Pullman, Aiden. She's going to have to avoid picking up that third foul early in this quarter.
And Bridget Pullman's such a big factor, and again, in a team with little size, she brings a little bit to the table as a floater no good. Here come Fairfield Ludlowe with not too much numbers, and Pullman recognizes, so she gives it to Anna. Back to Bridget. Future top of the key. Working across that Falcon logo far side. She's in one-on-one coverage with Belinda Hunt. Certainly a tall order to guard on both ends. They play very similar styles of basketball. They both are really big shooters from beyond the arc, and they're both really can put together a scrappy game.
You're right. The game has really, and this is for basketball overall has really turned into a guard-oriented game. This is no different. Both teams trying to spread it out, use their guards to get into the lane.
Almost let it go into the backcourt after Butcher couldn't handle the inbound pass. O'Connell dished to Torello. Torello wants somewhere to go. As the clock winds down here, looking for Pullman on the inside. And a good job by Emma waiting. Definitely taking her time to get that pass off.
Yeah, there's no shot clock.
Not trying to rush into it.
Right? There's no shot clock.
Exactly.
You're not in a rush. Get yourself organized.
This is the near side. Pullman about to run out of bounds to Torello to O'Connell. She misses the layup, but O'Connell's going to get it back. Lay it up again, and no foul is called, to the dismay of Sarah Kinsley on the other end. Here come the Bears. Kept it in bounds. That's the plus, but Torello gets that's the minus, but Norwalk's going to get it right back. Home run pass underneath Murray. Murray lays it up, no good. Haven't seen too many made hoops from Murray, who will get it again. And she'll make it, excuse me. So a big basket to begin the second half for Norwalk. And now it's timeout. So again, same kind of style they played in the first half, only Ludlow's running a lot less. And that's something we talked about at halftime, that Ludlow's going to be really tired coming into the second half. They need to start conserving their energy on these possessions.
Yeah, early timeout for Sarah. Getting this first basket of the half is going to be important for them. They don't want to see Norwalk go on a little run here, Aiden.
And Sarah Kinsley has certainly done a great job of conserving her team's energy. They really wanted to blow by Norwalk in the first few minutes, and they did. Ludlowe will not make any substitutions during the timeout. It looks like Norwalk will not either. So really that timeout then was really just for a little bit of rest before what looks to be an all-out sprint for the next few minutes. Butcher has some tight defense on her. And Pullman fouled on the near side as she went to pass. Falcons moving from our right to our left. Didn't quite get the uniform situation down. Ludlowe in their usual home whites with blue trim, blue numbers, and silver trim on the numbers. Falcons across the front. Norwalk, gotta say they're the more stylish team tonight, wearing their all greens with black on the trim. Norwalk across the front in white, and their numbers also in white. 26-21 as Norwalk's gonna get the ball. Inside 6 to play. 2 fouls already for Norwalk. That can't be good. Butcher had to deal with a screen, but defensively able to withstand it. Circulating it down. Here's a baseline drive and a floater. No good. Ludlowe has to run with numbers while they have them, and they lose it very quickly as Torello's fouled on the floor. Trish carried inbound. Excuse me, this is going to be O'Connell. Just near us. Best view in the FCAC, as I would like to call it. This, you can't get much better. The view can't get much better than this. Other than maybe courtside at Alumni Hall.
That's big. Third foul.
So the third foul on Bridget Pullman. That's going to be disastrous. But right away, it's O'Connell to take it away and dish to Butcher, who brings it up. So Ludlowe able to withstand the full court press. They're getting better, both teams, at dealing with it. That may drop off in a little while. Here's Pullman off a screen from Carey. She shoots, and she's got it.
Big basket.
Nothing but net. And a big 2 to begin the half for Fairfield Ludlowe. It becomes 26-23. On the other end, this is Belinda Hunt. Here's a drive from Murray, and a foul immediately called with 5:01 to play. Ludlowe in action next at Wilton on Friday, so this is not really the end of their tough times. They're going to have some really tough games to open this season. They got Wilton this week at the end, and then the beginning of next week they'll get 2 really good teams, Brian McMahon, who they beat last year, and then they'll get Danbury. And that Danbury on Wednesday on the road is probably going to be one of the tougher games. First shot good. It's 27-23.
Yeah, Danbury's much improved. The FCAC is very deep this year.
And some contenders that you wouldn't normally see. A team from Trinity Catholic that will make the trip here in a little bit. And they certainly have some teams that are not usually in the conversation, as Carey's rejected underneath. Ball went out. Did she touch it is the question. Looks like she didn't. 4:47 to play in the third quarter. Inbounded underneath by Heron. She'll go to Carey. They want to get the layup. Backdoor pass to Ballman. Her pass rejected, went out. Who's it going to stay with? And it's Ludlowe. Ludlowe trailing by 5. And the inbound is intercepted by Wilson. On the other end, Norwalk loses it. Torello, far side. Inside for Carey. Carey with the dish. Heron couldn't get it. Was intended for Heron, never came there. Norwalk with numbers. That's the easiest play there is. Belinda Hunt for 2.
Too many turnovers early in this quarter, Aiden.
Other end, as the Norwalk bench begins to get into it. O'Connell pulls up, she misses. This is again the point in the game where last year where Norwalk ran away with it, where they had the energy that Ludlowe simply couldn't get. O'Connell was about to let that go through. Torello for 3. That would have been big if she had got it. But she'll get it underneath, it looks like. Timeout immediately from Norwalk. Anna Paulman's going to check back in. Looks like she'll go for Carey as we move to another timeout. And with 3:44 to play, rather, it's 30-23. Norwalk on top. A reminder, we'll have girls basketball on Friday. Wilton in town. Another team that really expected to improve great deal from last season. And then boys ice hockey. They open their season on Saturday night. That one a live stream. Be able to watch that on our FSN YouTube channel. Certainly should be a good one and a cold one from the Wonderland of Ice. One of the coldest rinks in the FCAC. Down there the other day, getting all set up and ready to go for Saturday night, and it was chilly to say the least. Only place I've ever called a game with gloves on. So Norwalk will inbound. Unlike this gym, where it certainly is toasty. Feels like summer inside the Ludlowe gym, even on a night where it's relatively crowded. 3 from the far side, and she's got it. That's a big shot. Norwalk beginning to pull away now by 10. That's where their lead goes. And Paulman far side brings it up. Carey's got it. Pivots. Pivots again. Backdoor pass. Paulman drive baseline. Gives it back. Torello back at her usual spot at the point. It's Torello and Heron running the guard situation now, as Butcher will take a little bit of a break on the bench. Carey inside for Anna Paulman, doing the work of a center. And then there's the other Paulman, Bridget, who will attract the foul, and she'll go shoot. Ludlowe, again, has been not really consistent at all tonight at the line. Neither team has. And Paulman needs to change that right now if they want to stay in this game. Could make it as big as an 8-point lead, as small as an 8-point lead. Her first shot good. That was a big shot, and now it becomes a 9-point game here. Ludlow certainly not out of it. Ludlow is committed a foul. Irabochi going to get her first minutes of the season. She'll check in. And it looked like Norwalk may have jumped, but it won't matter because Ludlowe makes it again. It's an 8-point game. Substitutions will bring in Irabochi. As I said, getting her first minutes of the season. And they dump it off near side. There's the other freshman, Lamaya Ashley, and a foul underneath. See who it's on in a second. It's on Torello. And again, you said Paulman's got 3. You want to stray away from her underneath. There's the first shot. So Ludlowe hits a pair of free throws, and now Norwalk in position to do the same on the other end. Ludlowe with 2 fouls, Norwalk with 4. In foul trouble already. Begs the conversation. It's a 10-point game again. Torello needs a shot here to bring him back. And now it's Butcher working from top. Behind the back. Beautiful pass, and they swing it Bocci. Bocci top of the key. Pivots, has nowhere to go. They were looking for steps, and now it is. Ludlow's going to use a timeout, though. First, it looked like we're going to find out in a second. Kinsley thought she called a timeout before there were steps.
Yeah, good timeout.
We're going to have to figure out. Not sure if Norwalk's going to get the ball back here. They may.
I think they're going to grant a timeout to coach, which would keep possession with
So they will. Okay, well, the question here would be, did she call the timeout after the travel was committed? But it looks like Ludlow's going to get the ball back. 2:28 to play in the third quarter, and we've got ourselves a really good game to open this season. It's 35-25 Norwalk in the third quarter. And this one very well could come down to those final minutes. We're going to see. It's a good idea to get those timeouts in. Would you agree to get those timeouts in now so you have a lot of rest and your team is well rested if you need to run and sprint it out in those final few minutes?
Yep, good point. Obviously, rest is good, but also she saved the possession there. Right now they're down 10, 2:28 left in the third. Every possession is starting to become important for Ludlowe, especially when you're struggling to get points. Right now they got to get back into a rhythm. They've lost the rhythm that they had early on.
You want to keep it nice and slow here. You do not want to keep it in single digits as well, as Torello's got it. As long as it's a single-digit game by the fourth quarter, anything could happen. Bocci. Butcher. And stripped away, but it goes out of bounds, so they'll keep possession. And Butcher definitely getting an earful now from Kinsley. An ill-advised pass is inbounded by O'Connell. She goes to Bocci. And they're going to call a backcourt. Not sure where that came from, but it looks like there is a backcourt.
The next 2:30 of this quarter, Aiden, is going to be critical in this game.
Ludlowe needs to keep it in single digits. Langhorn had some room, gives it away. Here's a drive underneath. No good, but a rebound, and again blocked. Norwalk's going to keep possession. No foul, though. That was big. They will not commit a foul. They will just have it out of bounds, so Norwalk will get it. Inbound underneath with 1:56 to play. And it goes to Langhorn, who fires immediately. No. Butcher grabs the rebound. And she'll take it up. Has to get it back in 8 seconds. Fires it across. Torello, they wanted that backcourt. But now they have a chance to reset. And again, make it a single-digit game. Butcher's got a handful on defense. Here's O'Connell. Far side, Torello driving. Passes it away before she reaches baseline. This is Paulman, hasn't had a touch in a while. Shoots no good. And a foul underneath. That was big. That's Norwalk's 5th. Do not want more than 5 going into that fourth quarter.
Yeah, Anna was the aggressor that time. Usually the aggressor gets the benefit of the call.
It's Anna Paulman to the line. First shot in and out. Again, Anna's sister, Bridget, also on the team, separated by 2 years. Anna the sophomore, Bridget the senior. Bridget, a 3-year player on this Falcon varsity team. One of the first players to play all 3 years under Coach Kinsley. Second shot goes, and it is a 9-point game. That was big. As minuscule as that may seem, they make it a 9-point game here. Torello tried to strip it away. Instead, Boyd gets it. Sanaa Boyd getting her first touches. Dish underneath, and that's why they've got the freshman on the team, Serenity Mayhew.
Beautiful drive and dish by Norwalk. Good basketball.
You ask why the freshman? Well, that's why. In situations like this where you need to keep getting buckets, Serenity Mayhew comes up big, and her first shot, only shot, is good, so she completes the three-point play. O'Connell and Torello playing hot potato in the backcourt. Near side, Paulman driving baseline, backdoor pass to her sister, who's got it.
Nice play. Beautiful give and go.
Anna Paulman making it a 10-point game. Other end, here is Lamaya Ashley, got it stripped away by Paulman. Paulman's pass to Butcher is no good, intercepted by the Bears. Driving baseline as she put Paulman on skates, and there's Lamaya Ashley and the Norwalk crowd. It's their turn to get rowdy. They've hit 40 on this evening. Down about 30 to play in this third quarter. Butcher in the backcourt needs some help, gives it to Paulman, and no backcourt is called. Pivoting, Paulman far side. Inside for O'Connell, we've got a jump ball. Ludlowe had the possession arrow, so they'll keep it. Norwalk's gonna get it. So Ludlowe will get the possession arrow now. And they inbound on the near side with Wilson. Wilson far side. Lamaya Ashley dancing with Butcher. Inside, that's Langhorn. She floats it, no good. Chance, though, at the buzzer, and there's a foul. If that was on Paulman, that's her fourth, and that would be huge to have to sit her for the remainder of this third and beginning of that fourth quarter. So it's going to be on Torello, which she's still got 3. But better than Paulman getting a fourth. First shot at the line is good from Sanaa Boyd.
Norwalk's making their free throws. It's been a difference in this game.
Norwalk, the first of these two teams to really start consistently hitting their free throws. Boyd, part 2, the senior. Third team All-FCAC last season. Off the side of the rim, no good. O'Connell's got it, last chance. And Bochy won't even get a shot off. So to the fourth quarter we go. The final 8. Can Ludlowe make this thing interesting? What do they need to do to make it interesting here in this fourth?
Well, they're struggling on offense right now, Aiden. So they're going to need to find a way to get more movement, get more pick and pops, pick and rolls. The offense has gotten very stagnant, and you've seen it in the way they've scored these last couple quarters. They've had trouble finishing these quarters, getting buckets. Where early on they were in more of a flow. They were going up and down the court. They were getting points in motion, in fast break. That has stopped for them. They got to now pick up the pace here.
So it's 41 to 30 to 28. Still manageable at least, and that's really all you can hope for against a team like Norwalk.
You're right. They're still in the game.
You knew eventually they were gonna kind of awake. And for lack of a better term, when you poke the bear, they're gonna wake up. And that just so happened that they did it in the third quarter, and really Ludlowe is in danger of getting blown out here. If they can't do something about those big shots and that fast break from Norwalk, they're going to have some trouble.
First 3 minutes of this quarter is going to be critical. Going to need to cut into this lead, get within 6 or 7 points, make this a game down the stretch.
Norwalk will start out with 10, 33, 34, 13, and 12. That's Wilson in there, along with Carson Langhorn. Neva Rene is on the bench to begin this third. Instead, in her place at the center position is going to be Serenity Mayhew. Lamaya Ashley will jump in there too. Ludlowe with the predictable starting 5 for the fourth. The same group that ended the third. That's Paulman, O'Connell, Bochy, Torello, and Paulman. Top of the key with Torello, got a screen from Anna. Dish down low, goes into a whole bunch of Bears, and a jump ball, surprisingly, no foul. Didn't take long for them to call that jump ball. And Ludlow's going to get, Norwalk's going to get possession. Not sure why, as they may have not called that a jump ball. As on the near side, this is Lamaya Ashley. Here's Wilson getting a touch. Ashley again, shoots it, and got it. And this is the part where you need to stop Norwalk big time. Intercepted. You can't do that. Too many turnovers and a foul underneath on Paige O'Connell. And off to the line for Norwalk goes Ashley Wilson. .7:23 to play, and her first shot good. So this is where you really need a basket on this next possession if you want to stay in it. Make it interesting here at the end. Second shot good, and we've got a 45-28 game. Certainly been a lot more evenly matched than it might look on the scoreboard as Norwalk intercepts. They're going to continue to fast break. Blocked underneath. No foul was called because she got the entire ball, and now finally we'll see the foul called. That's against Torello. That's her fourth. It is not. It is on Bochy, so luckily for the Falcons, they will not pick up their first girl with 4 fouls quite yet. The inbound to Boyd. Third team All-FC Acker passes it away. Here's Wilson. Works it inside. That is Mayhew. She goes up, and she's got it.
And that's a great move right there.
The freshman dominating this game at the center position. Torello, top of the key. Trying to lose her defender. She can't, so she'll give it away and set a screen. Here's Paulman inside. Tried to split the D, but lost the ball, and it is on the floor. We've got a jump ball. Juliet Butcher will check back in. 6:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Six fouls on Ludlowe, 5 on Norwalk. They've done a good job correcting that foul situation. Here's Butcher. Top of the key. Moving far side, now back near side. This to Paulman. Both Paulmans playing hot potato with it. Now Anna gives it to Emma Torello. Far side. How about Bridget Paulman? Got a lucky split of the defense, but can't get the shot to go. Ludlowe has not scored yet here in this fourth. Langhorne comes out, guarded by Butcher, blows right by her, splits the D, and she can't get it to go, although they may want a foul. Butcher has some time to bring it up, 5:55 to play. Top of the key on the far side. Paulman, Torello. Inside for the other Paulman, Anna drives underneath on the baseline, blocked. And now we see a whistle, maybe a late foul. I'll have to see what happens. And Juliet Butcher will inbound from underneath the hoop. Torello right away for a spot up 3, no good. But great job keeping it in by Norwalk. Way to save it. Ludlowe has numbers on the fast, and now they're going to get numbers on their offensive fast break. Torello wants to take it herself, maybe get a foul out of it. She's going to get a travel. 6 fouls on either side.
Yeah, that was good defense by Norwalk.
And the inbound, that'll bring him up top. Inside, that's Wilson. Kick far side, that is a 2, no good from Sanaa Boyd. They'll get the rebound though and hit it. So Norwalk beginning to blow away here. Ludlowe wants a fast break. Paulman can't control it. Norwalk's gonna get it. Pass was right on the money, but the defense was too good. Paulman couldn't correctly control it. It'll be inbounded by Sanaa Boyd. Third team All-FC AC. We'll give it to Renee, who's back in the game. And will park herself down low. Boyd over to Hunt. Belinda Hunt off to Jakara Murray. Murray guarded by Heron. Now they give it away. And inside, there's a foul on the way up. Shooting at the line is Sanaa Boyd. Boyd's been running the point for most of the second half.
Yeah, it's been a struggle this half, Aiden. The better team has seized control of the game. They've locked down on defense. You see how they haven't left their shooters this half. They're letting Ludlowe drive because they're not feeling like Ludlowe is a threat to attack the rim. So they're staying on their shooters.
And justifiably, they don't really have much size to attack the rim with. And once you start guarding Ludlowe from beyond the three and you force them down low, that's when you start picking up the fouls. But they've done a good job staying clean here in this second half. Rebound by O'Connell. Off the missed free throw. Wonderful passing in very tight space. Ludlowe should have picked that off. Wonderful carry. Was it a carry? No, it was not. Jakara Murray's fouled underneath. Looked like it could have been a carry, but instead, with 4:24 to go, we'll send Murray to the line. She'll shoot a couple. First shot, no good from Murray. .424 to play. 8 fouls on Ludlowe. Second one is good. So it's 51-28. And here's Heron. There's Carey near side. Ludlowe trying to salvage what they can of this game. Ludlowe has not scored a point in this fourth quarter. And that's something you really need to improve on. As good as Norwalk may be, gotta put something on the board. Butcher off a screen. Give to Heron. Heron, beautiful dish to O'Connell, and she will get it. First roll of the second half, and Ludlowe makes it a 21-point game. Murray. Dish far side, and a three, and she's got it. Ashley Wilson with her third of the night, and it's 54-30. 24-point game as Juliette Butcher brings it up across the Falcon logo, and Kinsley wants a timeout. So it's a 24-point game, Coach, and what are you saying if you're Sarah Kinsley in that huddle?
Yeah, listen, you got to stay positive, right? It's the first game of the year. This is one of the top teams. So you cannot overreact at this point, right? You still have to work on things that you want to improve upon, that you want to build upon for the rest of the season. They can get a lot out of these last 3 minutes. These last 3 minutes, game simulations that you can't replicate in practices. They still have an inexperienced team, right? So every minute they're playing is experience that they're getting. So even though they're down 24, you don't quit. You stay positive. You keep trying to set up sets and you keep trying to get them better.
For both these teams, it is their season opener, so Ludlowe will drop to 0-1 should they lose this game. Norwalk will improve to 1-0 should they run out the final 4:54. Ludlowe up next on Friday at home against Wilton. No easy task either. We'll have that one for you here on FSN. And then, of course, Saturday Night Hockey.
I'd like to see him get a few buckets here, Aiden.
This is Butcher. And she's got a three. Big shot. It was Anna Paulman for three, and now it's 54-33 on the floor. And they do a wonderful dish down low. That's two more for Norwalk. 55-33. Excuse me, 56-33. And it is out of bounds underneath. Right here. 3 minutes on the dot to play in this one. And Ludlowe has just gotten burned here in this fourth quarter. Have been able to put up some points, though, in these last few minutes, so that's kind of a good sign. Some momentum to take into a team you're really going to need momentum against Wilton on Friday. Kick, three, no good from the senior Paulman. And Torello playing great full-court press D. Boyd over to Langhorn. The honorable mention, all FCAC blows right by Paulman, dishes far side. Top of the key, it's Rene. Rene looking to give it up, she will. And this is Butcher on Belinda Hunt. Hunt will give it to Boyd. Here's a three, no good. But there's the size. Rene was able to get that rebound with no effort at all. There's a three, also no good. That one off the hands of Wilson, looking for her fourth. Layup underneath, no good. Fought for underneath the hoop. We've got a foul. It is a foul, so no jump ball. We'll see who it's on in a second. This should be Norwalk's 7th if it is on Norwalk, and it is.
A big rebound differential in this game, Aiden. I'd be curious to see what it is. Norwalk is just a lot more physical, and they're taller. Tough combination for Ludlowe to deal with.
So both teams now in this single bonus. Is Ludlowe able to track the 7th foul from Norwalk? Here comes the shot for Amanda Bowman. She's at the line to shoot. You know, the boys basketball team is here. You can see them underneath the hoop, cheering on the girls. And that one goes out of bounds. Boys won't take on Norwalk or Wilton till the end of the season. They always kind of like to do that. They'll end the season on 2 straight road games and looking to improve on a season that was not so great last season, to put it nicely. Is that it's going to be a foul on the other end. Anna Pullman taking the charge. A minute 53. Ludlowe will not shoot. They'll give it to Butcher with a minute 53 to bring it up. Top of the key. Far side. Now on the near side. Stops and give it to Pullman. Back to Butcher playing hot potato as she gives it to Torello. Top of the key. Butcher near side. Playing it with a lot from beyond the arc. There's a three on the way, no good. Butcher hustling for the rebound. And it will be a turnover for Norwalk. It's going to be Lamaya Ashley to inbound for the Bears. A minute 25 to play in the 4th. And Norwalk at this point just running out the clock. Carson Langhorn, the honorable mention All-FCAC junior, will give it. There's a shot. No good. Paulman knocked down but got the rebound. Checking in for the first time. See who it is. Didn't see a 4 on the roster. Langhorn, other end. She's got it stripped away. Paulman will take it out of bounds. So
excellent hustle by Bridget.
Belinda Hunt.
Right, that's your senior right there, Aiden. Right, they're down 24, minute left. She's still hustling down the floor. You love seeing that.
Drive low, shot forced, and no good. Paulman to the other Paulman, who drives, missed. And on the other end, Hunt gives it away. Pass underneath. The layup is good. 2 more for Norwalk. Top of the key, here is Butcher. Off a screen from Paulman. Torello was wide open, but decides not to take the shot underneath, and it goes out of bounds. And it's turnovers like that that have really not helped the Falcons. There's been a multitude of things, but turnovers certainly being one of them.
Yep, too many turnovers, too many rebounds they gave up.
Paulman targeting, got it. Now trying to go up with it. Torello got it taken away. It went off the leg of the referee. They will say play it, so Butcher's going to hit a 3. That's her 2nd of the night. If you remember, she hit a buzzer beater at the end of the 1st. And that's it. So Norwalk wins it 58-35. And really, when you look at this in the broad scheme of things, this could be a game that makes or breaks the FCAC playoff season. But you can't really look to that this early.
You're right. It's only the first game. Long season. Both teams can take a lot of good out of this game. And we'll see what happens. A lot of games to be played.
So that will just about do it. Again, 58-38. And Coach, what are the big takeaways from this first game? And looking forward to next Friday, or this Friday against Norwalk. Excuse me, Wilton.
Yeah. To me, the biggest takeaway was how important Bridget Pullman is to this team. She's the senior leader. They had a lead early in the first half. She went out with her second foul. The game turned around right at that point, Aiden, and Ludlowe never got the game back after that. So to me, the key to this team and the key to the season is going to be Bridget staying out of foul trouble and being the leader of this team and staying on this floor.
All right, so that'll just about wrap things up. Once again, your final, Norwalk 58 and Ludlowe 35. For Scott Torello and our entire production crew today, I'm Ada Blank. We'll see you this Friday for Ludlowe and Wilton girls basketball. We'll see you Saturday night for a live stream of Ludlowe and West Haven in FCAC boys ice hockey. But until then, I'm Ada Blank. It's 58-35. Norwalk with the win 1-0. Ludlowe with the loss 0-1. We'll see you on Friday.